Good morning to all of those tuning in. This is the Web Lemon, and today we're playing Sonambula, I think. Sonambula? I have no clue. To be fair, I should have practiced saying that before I started the video. However, it looked a little easier said than done. But yeah. Anyways, this is a shorter psychological horror experience that takes place in a laundromat, which I thought was interesting. However, the only downside, at least for me, is it's one of those older Resident Evil type of camera systems where there are fixed points. It's not a bad thing, it's just always been jarring to me. But with that being said, let's get right into it. I will apologize now if I sound a bit off. And do you have a sore throat? It's getting
late. Just want to get this done and go home. Stayed way too late for this job.
Oh my god.
May as well see if this piece of junk has a signal. I didn't want to spend my money on a vending machine.
Oh my god, I love that this is voice acted, not only because it sounds good, but as I have a sore throat, saves me so much work.
Bulletin board. It says, suspicious man in a hat has been wandering the streets. Not just the streets. Likes to bring his victims to quiet places to finish the job. Be careful. What the hell is going on here?
Well, that sounds like a murder, so... There we go. And that is why I'm not the biggest fan of this camera system. But it's not necessarily a bad thing.
And once again, good evening, Maintown. This is Sam Rivers. The time is exactly 11 p.m. Temperature outside is 45 degrees with patchy fog. Perfect weather to hunker down at home, wouldn't you say? Moving on to announcements. Owner of the gray DWM, license XYZ782. Your headlights are on. Looking for the owner of a ginger cat named Marmalade in the 5th Street area. And, oh, here's an interesting one. Mrs. Edith from the 14th District asks, what to do if the faucets start running rusty water? Engineer Dave advises to first check the main risers. Often the problem isn't in your apartment, but somewhere deeper.
Okay. I will say,
I spend all day dusting other people's things at the antique shop, then I spend the evening washing my own sweat away. An endless cycle of servicing. Dad used to say, cleanliness is a sign of order. Because what do you do when said order is just a pretty packaging for chaos? Here we are, the laundromat. Packaging. Smells like fresh chemicals. The walls are mold. Fake. Boundaries. Blurring. There's me and they begin. And we're all just drums. Tumbling with the same old sins of others until our faces wither away. Just water. So the house is bleeding out. Not blood. Memory. Memories of everyone who ever washed their laundry here. Shameful stains. And now it's
I don't know if personally I want to check that. That sounds sketchy as fuck, to be honest.
Water? Probably just leaked from one of the machines.
I mean, I guess that is reasonable. To be honest, I would still want to check out the source if...
Why is this one running? Is someone else here? Okay, this is really creeping me out right now.
Yeah, I would still want to check out the source. Yeah, the radio's being weird. I'm sorry, it's first person now? Oh, I did not expect that.
It's done.
You never know what is real. Wait, is that it? What the fuck? Okay. I will say, okay, it's gonna sound human. It's gonna sound a little weird at first, but it's gonna make sense. I'm a little disappointed since I've never really seen a game, at least to my good memory, that has used a third person camera angle and switched to a first person. I guess the only thing I can say is I'm a little disappointed that the first person wasn't utilized a little better. Or I shouldn't say better, because it was used perfectly, but used a little more, as it does give a very, very different experience. So it's a different kind of horror when you switch to first person. So I'm a little disappointed that we didn't get to see a bit more. But other than that, this, I genuinely have to say, is a weird but kind of fascinating game. And I think the really, really weird part is it's very subtle in its horror, and it kind of prefers to creep you out more than anything, which I like. I don't need big jump scares or anything. Just give me a really creepy, tense atmosphere. Granted, this one was less tense, more just creepy, but it was good. I like the very mundane aspects of a lot of stuff, like doing the laundry, turning on the radio, the random comments about like the snack machine, And then just like the person talking to themselves. Like, genuinely, it was a very amazing, just mundane experience. The only thing I would say is that one part that I got stuck on, where my character just disappeared, maybe either pull that camera back just a little bit, tilt it down, or push the wall forward a bit so that at least there's some amount of your character that is still visible. Yeah, because that was a bit, I knew I was gonna get through it, no problem, but yeah, I still got stuck, technically. Other than that, I think I'm just a bit sad that more wasn't done. I also do really like the fact that there's two different parts of the laundromat, and it gives you a little bit of like realization that someone could have been easily watching me from the other half, and that's a bit creepy. Though I will say, I did find it a little weird that there wasn't really anything to interact on the other side, but it's not like it's that much of a problem. It's just how it is, I guess. But yeah. And then with the building of the lore, or like the setting, more or less, it kind of makes me think that the ending is that weird killer. However, I think it's more just in the head of the guy, and basically stress wearing him down. That's what I think personally. I don't think it actually happened. I think it's just a combination of stress and tiredness that led to him seeing what he did. But yeah, that's my personal opinion. If anyone else has anything different they think happened, I would love to hear it. But yeah, I don't really have much else to say. I've actually been ranting for quite a bit, which I apologize. I try not to. So, with that being said, thank you for tuning into The Frequency. This is the Rebel Lemon signing off. So, good night and sweet nightmares.